Hello from Williamsburg, Virginia. I am here with my mom. We are here for a couple of days to go to Water Country USA and Busch Gardens. But first we're gonna get breakfast from the brunch company. So come along. Okay, so we just got to Water Country USA. It is a little bit cold for a water park day, but it's still gonna be good. We're excited to be here, and let's go on some roller coasters. Not roller coasters, let's go on some water slides. But I think we got a beach umbrella reserved. So we're gonna go to that first, maybe drop off some stuff, and then I'm thinking Lazy River first. What do you think? Yeah, let's do Lazy River first. Little map of the park right here. So where we're heading right now is the Lazy River back here, and that is where we got our beach umbrella reserved. Oh, and I forgot to say, hi, I'm Andrea, and I'm so happy you're here. We just put our stuff down, and we're gonna go hop in the Lazy River. So far, we've been having a great time. We've been on a couple of slides. We've been in the Lazy River. Right now, we're waiting for the countdown for the wave pool to get down a little bit more, and then we're gonna go bob around there for a little bit. But yeah, it's been great. Hot pavements, short lines, but yeah, good day. And just like that, we are leaving Water Country USA. We haven't been here for that long, but we've done everything we wanted to do. And even though there are lots of places to eat here, and I got a hot fudge sundae with strawberry ice cream, that was pretty good. And even though there are lots of places to eat here, we're actually gonna leave the park and go get some ramen. So we're back at the hotel now. We're staying at the Courtyard by Marriott, which is just a 4-minute drive from Busch Gardens. So it's really convenient if you're looking for a place to stay. So we're back and we're showered. I wanted to kind of recap the water park. It was a lot of fun. I would say we're not super big water park people. We're more of like a roller coaster. But the tickets for this, we got 2-day tickets that gives you admission to Busch Gardens and Water Country USA, and together the tickets only cost $37 per day, so it's a really good deal, and we feel like even though we weren't there for that long, we really got our money's worth. I would say because we went in early June, like really it's June 3rd right now, and since we went this early, there were practically no lines. I think the longest we waited was maybe 10 minutes, and we thought the water was gonna be really cold. We almost didn't go because we were just scared of being cold, but water wasn't cold. It was actually like pretty nice and refreshing. So we had a lot of fun, but we're really looking forward to going to Busch Gardens tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Good morning. It is the morning that we go to Busch Gardens. We just had a quick breakfast at the hotel, and now we are waiting in line in the car to get into the parking lot. It has been, like 20 years since I was last here. More than that. Yeah, more than 20 years since I was last here.
and it's going to be very different because I was not tall enough to ride everything, and I don't know that I would have wanted to ride everything. There are some really big roller coasters here, but yeah, we're excited. The park opens at 11 because we're in the off season, so the park hours are only 11 to 8. So it is a little bit of a shorter park day, but we actually decided to get the quick queue, which the quick queue unlimited, which lets us skip the lines. It was $100, which is kind of a lot of money, but we kind of figured the park tickets were so cheap, so we went for it. Also, we don't have as much time in the park, so we didn't want to wait in lines, but we think it's going to be a lot of fun. So the park is divided into different sections, like different countries. So you have a France section, an Italy, Germany, Ireland section, and when you get to each little pocket, you'll have 5 or 6 rides. So I think the first section we're going to go to is Italy, and then we'll kind of make our way around the park clockwise. So parking here is $37, which is the same that it was at the water park. They just love the number 37. I don't know what to tell you. We just got into Busch Gardens. You enter through England, and we just made our way to Italy. And first ride of the day, we are going on lots of screaming, but we're going on that ride. We're going on Apollo's Chariot.
Thank you, and enjoy the voyage to the sun on the wings of Apollo's Chariot.
Italy was great. We went on a couple of rides there, and then we just went over to the Germany section of the park, and there are 4 roller coasters here, so we're gonna ride those. But first we stopped and got some water and a snack in Oktoberfest, which is where we are right now, and it's really nice. It's big, it's air conditioned, it's quiet, there's tons of seating, and it's cafeteria style, and it's German food, so like pretty meat heavy, so not exactly my thing, but it was perfect, exactly what we needed. Little break, and now we're gonna go ride some more roller coasters. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear me over the loud music, but we just got to the Big Bad Wolf, which is our last ride in Germany. And I think this is our 6th or 7th roller coaster of the day. And yeah, it's been fun. The rides are a little more intense than what we're used to, but it's still been super fun. So far, Dark Coaster and Verboten are in the lead for me. Those have been my 2 favorite. Yeah, let's go. So I don't remember the last thing I filmed, but we are back in the hotel. It's like 10 o'clock, but we got back a little while ago. And we had a super fun time at Busch Gardens. We did 9 roller coasters and one of the like pendulum swings back and forth. Yeah, I am gonna put a ranking of how I would rank all of them up on the screen. Very subjective, so take it or leave it. And my mom and I actually have different rankings for what we liked. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I thought I would just add a couple of like random thoughts that popped into my head as we were going throughout the day. The first one was when I went, I keep mentioning that the tickets were $37 per day. And when I went into the app today, I couldn't find that deal anymore. So I think we got it for Memorial Day. And even though we bought it for Memorial Day, it didn't have expiration date, and we could just use that at any point over the summer. So I didn't find that in there. So sorry if you were gonna plan the trip around a $37 park day, but we just happened to luck out with that. We also got the quick queue passes. Now we went on June 4th, so I don't think that we really needed the quick queue. There was a 50-minute wait for Dark Coaster, but that was the longest wait by far. Most of them were 10, 15 minutes. Some of them, the lines were just as long for us in the quick queue as they were for people not in the quick queue. But we went on a Thursday, really before the season had started, and I think that's why the lines were so short. It also meant that the weather was really beautiful, so we really lucked out with that too. Something that was happening while we were there was the Food and Wine Festival. So there were a bunch of booths, like I want to say like 15 booths spread out all throughout the park, and most of them were themed to different countries. So we got pierogies in Poland, and then I got kind of like a vegetarian stew in an Africa booth that was actually in Scotland, but the Africa booth. Yeah, that was a fun thing to do that. Speaking of food, one thing I want to mention is that we only bought 1 bottle of water all day, and that was because the quick service restaurants, and they just had quick service. They didn't have any like sit down table dining with the waiter or anything. So a lot of it was this cafeteria style, or order at a stand and find a seat. And so for all of those, there were cups of water you could get, just free cups of water. And you could just keep going back again and again. So we just kind of did that all day and got unlimited free water that way. So that was nice. I also wanted to mention that the park is really beautiful. There were actually signs up everywhere that said world's most beautiful park. And I get that. You're in the woods. It's very wooded, and you can have 2 roller coasters that are really close to each other, but it doesn't feel cramped because you have all of these trees surrounding you and separating it. So it just kind of feels like you're in the forest. It's also a lot of shade, so you don't have to worry as much about sunscreen. I was pretty good about reapplying sunscreen, and I, for once, did not get burned, but it definitely helps when everything is in the shade. And speaking of beautiful nature scenery, there were also so many animals that you could go and see. Like there were the Clydesdale horses in their little barn. You could go and see them. Last thing I wanted to mention is that we really did like the rides there. There were a ton of really big, like kind of intense, a little scary roller coasters, but I really love those. And then there were a lot of little kid rides that were specifically for little kids, and some of them even adults couldn't ride on. But there weren't a lot of kind of those in-between rides. So you didn't have, not to keep bringing up Disney, but you didn't have those rides like Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion, those rides that are kind of enjoyed by all ages but aren't big thrill rides. So if you were an adult that didn't love roller coasters, there there wasn't a ton for you to do, but it worked out for us because we love roller coasters. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us on this fun little 2-day trip. We drive back to Maryland tomorrow, and then I jump right into summer camps, working summer camps. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.